So let's just explore the start points. So if we begin and consider spatial recognition, spatial dynamics and spatial occupancy, and then taking that further to push it within a different realm, basically, and from 5 sessions or lessons perhaps, depending on what you take away, 5 lessons and sessions that will take you into multiple contexts, multiple environments, and allow you to reconfigure your consideration and your exoneration of the process, but also to allow you to reposition yourself within the space and within the context that we're considering. So to look at multiple viewpoints equals multiple tailoring positions, basically. So multiple viewpoints will benefit and enhance your encounter with a range of furniture, chairs, tables, cupboards, chaise longues, and just to consider this reckoning of replaying and repositioning and allowing yourself to enter the dynamics of the space and to consider your localized position within a nationalized environment. Those are the kind of tactile functions that we're looking at. 5 in total. Let's continue. Let's continue by exploring multiple spaces, multiple dimensions within the context of sterile spaces. So you can see that I'm asking you to take a leap, and that leap may or may not involve a challenge, a non-challenge, a stakeholder's challenge or a participant's challenge, certainly an occupancy challenge. But what I want to really do is to reconfigure the way you feel about the challenge, to reconfigure the way you feel about the challenge of space, the challenge of multiple occupancy, and the challenge of, to a certain extent, gentrification and beautification of the screen. Let's continue so that we can access a diverse range of sectors, allowing multiple responses. And what I'm going to ask you to do as a group is to engage within this response and this multiple dimension. There seems to be a slight blockage with this piece. Let's extend it and consider. Okay, so again you can see that there's a loophole, and within that loophole there are continuums, and within that continuum there are A, B, C to Z statistical dimensions that will draw you in. And that drawing of you in is essentially what I'm looking at, and how far we can go into that zone of limitation. The zone of limitation equals a zone of contention, and the zone of contention is different to the zone of limitation, but will still take you into that unfathomable environment. And it's that environment that I'm interested in engaging you here, here, and here, but ultimately here, and to a certain extent here. So let's continue, and the continuation will allow us to reposition and reconfigure multiple stack points, and these stack points are areas that will or will not challenge our expectations. And the challenge of expectations will again push and push and push to the point where we will redeliver. The redelivery may or may not take place depending on your settlement and your settlement location, and the way that settlement location will or will not take you into multiple dimensions. So it's that dimension that we're considering. There's a range of colours and a range of positions that we need to consider. So just to give you an example, so there's one example. There are multiple examples. Multiple examples that will allow you to reposition the image and to consider the dimensions when altered. So it's that's the aspect that I'm interested in. So let's just explore additional environments to take us into a location that is alien and will ultimately resettle us, reposition us, and allow us to flow from A to B to C, but also to explore that zone of contention within that zone of exhilaration as well, and to see how that expands us and expands our configuration and expands the way we feel to take that step into believing, to take that step to reissue ourselves with the authority to take that step. So interested in doing this into an environment. Re-engage with space and multiple dimensions, and to as step enhancement steps that I feel will into the space. If you can follow the space beyond, allow you to the place of the environment as part of this function belongs to you, yours. That's just, it's how you access it, position it based on that access point. Just read where we are and where we've come from as a position, and how that as a position to multiple dimensions and multiple. Obviously, when you're looking at, there are access that will enhance the next step. Consider that as a repositioning point. So first of all, explore the text and how that push, share these users to react. What will happen, function, and multiple points of access. And it's these points you're interested in. Exploring. What I have to do is to see engaging that will eventually give a new level and a new discussing and trying to out that. Where we are in this position is that we need to be able to your position access and how you're going to move contention and how that explanation will and conceive development beyond expectations. Annotations, which is where I'm putting you as a cohort. How can we read so it's accessible? How to get through this stream of multiple as a team and we can essentially drifting, the positive which will allow you to viewpoint of drift, and when relocated to kind of enhance development, which is to a certain extent using a cliche, but stereotypes can sometimes be fun for you to gather and forward. Think and let's